The wind howled through the parched alleyways of Tandi, stirring the red dust that clung to everything like sorrow. Amina, 17 and barefoot, carried a clay jar to the well, her mind filled with stories she told herself. Tales of queens, hidden treasures, and places where no one went hungry. An orphan raised by her blind grandmother, Amina had learned early that dreams were cheaper than bread. Yet still she dreamed. That evening, as the village slept, the silence was broken by galloping hooves and shouts. Amina was dragged from her mat by rough hands and thrown onto the back of a camel. The bandits vanished into the Sahel night, leaving only footprints and fear behind. Blindfolded and gagged, Amina tried to count the days by the rise and fall of the sun's heat on her skin. The bandits' camp was a cruel place, gritty tents, stale water, harsh laughter. They demanded ransom, but Amina had no family left who could pay. Among them was a quiet young man named Malik, who never laughed. He treated her wounds gently and once slipped her a piece of dried dates. Amina began to wonder, who was this man with haunted eyes and steady hands? One night, under the cloak of a sandstorm, Malik whispered in her ear, "I'm not one of them. I'm working to take them down from the inside." Amina's heart pounded. Could she trust him? Her life might depend on it. Malik showed her a tribal ring bearing the seal of the desert's secret council. "I need you to play along until I can get you out," he said. Amina nodded, terrified and hopeful. For the first time since her capture, she felt a flicker of control. Their chance came when the bandits chased after a passing caravan. Malik untied Amina, handed her water, and they slipped into the vast dunes, running on blistered feet toward an uncertain horizon. Night after night, they trekked under starlight, hiding by day. Amina learned to read the stars, trap desert mice, and trust Malik's quiet strength. Between their silences bloomed something fragile and real, something that made her forget, for a moment, the chains that once bound her. They reached an abandoned oasis once known as El Turuk, a place whispered about in bedtime tales. Malik confessed his mission. His brother had been killed by the bandits, and he'd vowed to dismantle them from within. He never expected to find Amina. As they rested, Amina explored the ruins. In the hollow of a Baobab tree, she discovered an old metal box wrapped in cloth. Inside were scrolls, jewelry, and a deed. Her grandmother's name was on it. This was a legacy lost to time. The documents revealed a hidden truth. Amina's grandmother had once ruled a stretch of land before it was stolen by trickery and force. The deed proved Amina was rightful heir. Her poverty was not fate, it had been theft. Malik urged her to use this to reclaim her name, but Amina hesitated. Could a girl from the well become a leader? Her heart warred between fear and the fire rising in her chest. "I'm tired of being small," she finally said. Disguised in trader's robes, Amina and Malik returned to Tandi. The village buzzed with rumors of her death. When she stepped into the square, sunlit and bold, the people stared in disbelief. She held up the deed. This land was never theirs. It was ours. It still is. Some wept, others cheered. Malik stood behind her, quiet as always, but his eyes never left hers. The local chief, who had worked with the bandits to steal the land, tried to silence Amina. He called her a liar, a girl full of desert dreams. But elders remembered the name on the scrolls. Her grandmother's song still lived in their minds. A council was called. Witnesses spoke. When the chief tried to flee, Malik stopped him, with proof and with power. Justice, like water, finally found its path. Amina didn't want revenge. She wanted rebirth. She used her inheritance to open a school for girls and rebuild the market wells. She told stories every evening under the neem tree, weaving truth and myth into lessons. Women came to her for advice. Children copied her words in the sand. Tandi had a new sound, hope spoken in a young woman's voice. Malik stayed. He built his tent beside hers, never pushing, always present. One night, fireflies lit the village, and Amina whispered, "Do you ever wonder why the desert hides beauty so well?" He smiled. "Because it waits for the ones who don't stop looking." They held hands beneath the stars. Amina, once stolen, now stood in her own light. She had found freedom, love, and a voice that could never be silenced again.